Hello and welcome to an episode of The Card Show. This one is a little bit later than usual. Put on a Monday. They've been out on a Monday. Obviously, the weekend kind of got away from me with World Cup fever, which we'll touch on. The UFC, one of the probably biggest letdown cards ever. I say letdown cards because of the timing. The time of the whole event. You know, a lot of the fights, a few fights were over so quickly. Obviously one through injury. Paddy obviously choking out first 60 seconds. Yeah. Argentina. Get the victory. I didn't think it was in doubt. I thought it would win. I think I said they were going to win. It's going to be interesting versus England, but I think they kind of match up well for us. I'm not gonna lie. They're definitely a slower team, so this could work out well for us. But it's all about Jude. He's definitely been the shining light of the English World Cup. I think Elliot Anderson's done all right as well. Obviously, glad he signed for City. But I think Jude has been England's standout guy for sure. And you've seen it in his card prices, which is obviously interesting, as we talked about last week, where I was saying if you have got these soccer cards, get out of them now. Christian Pulisic cards have took a massive dip since the USA went out. It'll be interesting to see how much the interest of the USA population dwindles a little bit now, with them being out of it. You know, they're going to be interested in watching Argentina, England, France, Spain. We shall see. I mean, 3 European countries as well, by the way. And so that's 4, which is nice to see. Dominating football, as we should. I think it's going to be good. I think France, Spain is going to be a good game as well. I think Mal's not had his moment yet. I think this is his chance to have his big moment. Williams on the other flank is not really his moment. It's kind of been a lot about Arizabal, I can't remember his name, Mikel. You know who I mean. I can't think of his name. Arizabal. Yeah. I don't know why that slipped me. I'm pretty sure City were going to sign at one point under the Pep era. I think City looked at him about 5 years ago or so. It's good to see Pedri playing well as well. Obviously, no Gavi, but they're a good, strong team. Spain, you just don't have that killer instinct in front of goal. I don't think the 2 young stars have really shone. Well, say 2 young attacking stars have shone as brightly as people maybe expect him to. I think Spain could look different if everyone was fixed. Imagine a Pedri, Gavi, Yamal, Williams, sort of. I mean, obviously Ferran Torres has been up front for a bit as well. Very, very interesting how it could play out in the future. I think defensively there might be a bit of an issue. I know, kind of looking at the moment with Cucurella, Pedro Porro, Kubarasi, but then Laporte's also getting on a little bit. So yeah, maybe that would be interesting in a few years. But France, their young attacking stars have pretty much all shown up. I say maybe Bicola hasn't. I say Bradley. I think Doué's shown up and looked fast, looked frightening, caused issues. Obviously, Mbappe's Mbappe. Dembele has been playing well. They probably have a stronger team, probably one of the best teams in the whole competition. You think about it from front to back. Got a bit of strength in the depth as well. I mean, Kante's not even played. Someone like Kante to clear up in midfield as well. Yeah. I think France might just edge that one. I think I'd like Spain to win it, to be able to beat France, but yeah. Yeah, I think France might do it. Let me know. Let me know you think they win that one. That's a big one. That's on Tuesday night. Then also on Wednesday, England, Argentina. I do think we'll beat Argentina. it's kind of weird 'cause I wasn't this confident for the Norway game. I just had that sort of bogey team feel about it. I thought it could be one of those where we get beat 1-0, we just fail to score, and you know, and when they scored first, you fear the worst, don't you? You think, okay, this is it. This will be it. Now we'll be 11 men behind the ball. We'll do everything we can, but they'll just keep blocking it. They'll keep, throwing their bodies in front of it. But we got the job done. That's what matters. Hey Jude, superstar, rocks up and does what he does best, man. Puts his country on their back and bags too. I think that's what's going to be needed as well against Argentina, but just not just you. It's going to be the whole team to sort of say, it's time to stand up now. This is it. I mean, for a lot of these people, it could be like a once in a lifetime opportunity. You have to World Cup to play in a World Cup final. So go out there and make sure you're playing next Sunday. Make sure you play next Sunday, not next Saturday. It's your chance. Don't let it go. It will be interesting to see the prices of obviously these World Cup stars after the World Cup's over, best lead into Fanatics Fest and the National. And talking of Fanatics Fest and National, there's going to be a massive influx of British, Europeans. I'm probably going to say with the biggest amount, especially with them being, with Fanatics Fest moving forward at the World Cup time. I think it's made a lot of people kind of do a tooth. And I've always said that about what's more about the National. Try and I wouldn't personally just go there for the let's say it's Chicago for the flights, accommodation, tickets, and how much I spend while I'm there, sort of thing. Like it's a very expensive sort of trip just to do. So to try and claw that money back for, let's forget about the business you're doing the week, just for the flights and accommodation, and you'll see tickets to the event for the 5 days. It's it's very expensive. It's going to cost you a few grand. So try and clawing that back is not as easy, especially in the short term. I mean, to be fair, this Fanatics Fest, obviously in New York when the World Cup's on, so it has gone up a little bit more as well for the prices. I think the good thing I said about being in New York is slightly cheaper, quicker flights from UK. So we were one of the first sort of states you hit from the UK, really, a direct line. And obviously, seeing New York's always great, right? So you've always had that afterwards. I don't know if there's, I think probably obviously going to be a lot more things to do in New York than Chicago. You can always travel out of these places. But yeah, it's nice. I mean, for all the people that are flying out, I'm looking forward to the content kind of companies, people that are doing maybe Fantasy Fest and the National. Maybe they'll do one or the other, but yeah, it'd be a great experience. Especially being like mingled in with other like sports fans. I mean, yeah. If you're there, I mean, double check the date. I'm pretty sure it's over the World Cup final, innit? I would double check. But if you're there and there's other fans from, let's say it's Spain and England, like, can you imagine being there the week of the final? Here we go. So July 16th to 29th, there we go. So yeah, so literally starts. Oh, I mean, that's dangerous, isn't it? It starts the day after. The day after we potentially beat Argentina. So yeah, can you imagine that vibe? Like being there for that. Yeah, it'd be electric that week. If you have any of those cards, people in the finals, so it'd be this guy high prices. Because I can imagine the buzz being crazy. Leading up to the FIFA World Cup final with some of the best cards and the players. Well, let's just say it's Argentina, France, like your Mbappe cards, the Messi cards. Like, can you imagine the demand, the hype, yeah, that'd be crazy. I mean, I think the only thing would have topped that would have been having USA in there, right? The Pulisic cards would have been sky high. Hmm. Was it the LeBron James of soccer? I remember the first him once was quite funny. Mm. But yeah, if you are heading over, I am looking forward to content. I know some people are doing Fanatics Fest, some people are doing Fanatics Fest and the National. But again, I think it's going to be a massive influx of British Europeans going over. So expect a lot of good content coming soon. It's very intriguing to hear everyone's perspective on the show and how they found it all. Then I can't imagine the cost of doing Fanatics Fest and the National. And I suppose as well, it's one of those things when I would say, "Oh, I don't think it's worth it, just paying that much money to go to this national and flying back," sort of thing, without tying it in with something else. Like if you do it as a holiday, it's like, oh, okay, well you're going to spend money on a holiday anyway. Having a paying extra for a ticket to the show is different. It's like, oh, it's just a treat for yourself. Yeah, if you literally just collect cards and want to go see cards and maybe pick up a few cards, then of course, like spending the money, that's fine. If this is more of a business to you, then like they're trying to claw that money back that you might put in. Sometimes it's never, sometimes it's just not worth it. I've talked about it even about card shows. And I have to be a little bit more selective with card shows that I've been to because I spent a year going to every card show every week, every 2 weeks, and it was on up and down the country. It adds up, right? Just so you're like, okay, how do I enjoy that side of it without spending thousands each month? Um, there's ways to enjoy it, obviously cheaper than what I was doing it as well, to be fair. But yeah, I think it's all about what you want from the hobby. If you want to, you know, be involved in card shows and be involved in the nationals and Fanatics Fest, and the money's secondary. It's all about the experience. Then by all means, don't miss out on these things that you're going to get enjoyment out of. If this is more of a business for yourself, and we all know how business is. Look at these things as expenses and think about is it really needed? Can you call that money back? Um, and I've always said that with Fanatics Fest, they used to do a lot of exclusives that usually okay on the secondary market. The Cactus Jack boxes, I think they said people used to buy them for double, treble the price, pretty much straight away for seal boxes. So that's a good way of clawing some money back. Whereas you don't really get that with the national packs. Used to do okay, but they were like big money earners that were gonna help claw some money back. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Is national just one of those things that if you're part of this hobby, you have to go to? Do you think Fanatics Fest will ever overtake national? Would you rather go to Fanatics Fest or would you rather go national? And that is a big question. Or if money no object, would you do both? Let me know. I'm intrigued. I think if I personally had the choice, if money's an option, I'd do both, obviously. If I had a choice of just doing one, I think I'd go Fanatics Fest. I do think National is probably not going through transition period, but I think it's slowly evolving. It also got a fresher, sort of new board. It also got a lot of influence from like Card Collector 2. And I do think they're trying, and they're obviously in a better position because everyone knows National is sold out. I just feel like there's more of an event, more going on. And yes, it's probably a lot less about buying and selling cards. I just think it would do more for me than the National. But then they're going to be close. And I can't be location biased. I do like New York. And where I usually stay in New York is literally end of the road where that Javits Center is. Which is crazy because the amount of times I've obviously been there before Fanatics Fest. And I was opposite there as well. You could actually coach the Greyhounds and go Philadelphia or Washington, wherever it was that we were coaching from. We obviously told about it a few times, but if we just jump on one now and Head down there for the day. But yeah, it's just outside the Javits Centre. And again, nice, really nice area, nice part of New York. Yeah. But yeah, I think if I have to, yeah, I had to pick and I can't use location as the premise of picking. I think Fanatics will be more fun at the moment. I think national will probably be where you're going to find even more chance of finding new sort of grail card, maybe not grail card, more chance of finding a decent array of cards at the national. They obviously just set up for buying, selling cards, whereas Fanatics Fest is set up for events, celebrities come through, Q and A's, this, that, the other. Um, yeah, yeah, that's what I'd probably go with. Tough though, tough. To be fair, though, what in other news in the hobby, um, we're actually very healthy position as a hobby. You know, it's in that stage where people are worried that there is going to be the bubble bursting because it's a lot of money has come in lately. I'm quite intrigued. I do wonder, you know, can it get better than this? Will it get better than this? Where does it sort of stop? Uh, I mean, so this is a quick run through here of some of the indexes. This is also the collection. So Disney at the moment is up 44.96%, um, which, yeah. If we go, let's go to the year to date. So year to date, Dragon Ball Z, that's the highest at 208.51%. Pokemon at 97.81. Disney at 93.60. Star Wars 89.41. TCG 83, 63.58. I don't know what that one is. One Piece up 61.74. This is modern. We'll move modern on. Yu-Gi-Oh 54.61. Racing, so that will include NASCAR. I'm gonna say there. Yeah, as well as F1, I'm gonna presume. So 54.45. UFC slash MMA is up 33.06%. Basketball is up 32.53. Baseball at 28.30. Marvel at 28.24. Tennis at 27.63. Vintage up 24.42. Soccer up 21.21. Football up 18.77. WNBA up 17.48. Magic the Gathering up 15.11. Wrestling up 13.11. Golf up 12.96. Hockey up 5.83. Yeah, absolute. I think that's year to date. Indexes, that one's actually on Card Ladder. Seems to be a lot of people's go to. I'm so on Card Ladder. Not my favorite, not my worst. Obviously, I am market movers. I find it easier to use. They have also their own index pages, but yeah, interesting. I think I get where the sort of the skepticism comes from, but it's just going to burst. But I think the work that Fanatics have done these last few years is really paying dividends. They're pushing cards, mainly breaking, I will say. We've seen Siren now really branch off with side cards. They're doing stuff at the F1 the other week. They're really pushing their side of it. Obviously, got the Huddle, who are obviously not only breaking, but now starting to podcast with, looks like with Sports Cards UK and Joe from that card. So they're growing that sort of brand. You're seeing the Tops Nights obviously move from just the one, Classics nights, who do they call them, 3 nights, moving up and down the country. So I think they're putting in the work and they're helping to grow this hobby. It's I don't know. Another thing to think about as well is those percentages there of the money in the hobby. I don't get so much that's not accounted for. You know, cash transactions at car shows and stuff. So that's just purely online, which is crazy to think. Do you think that's a question? Do you think we're gonna hit another sort of end of COVID era where we just cars just fall off a cliff? And if you think about the COVID era, people are in it, base cards with ridiculous prices. You know, a lot of people got into hobby didn't know what was going on, and it's kind of similar now. And it's so much better. There's a lot of people get into hobby that don't know what's going on, and you hear about this at the likes of Fanatics Fest, where you know people are pricing cards a lot higher because they know that people that come to Fanatics Fest don't really know like sports cards that well, have to comp sports cards, etc. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if this does fall off a cliff. Does it gradually come down? Do we sort of settle, a good position? Um, oh yeah, I'm intrigued. I think we're in a good position because I think we've got growth. I think it's one of these hobbies as well that once you're in, you are suck it in. Um, I do think as well that the hype and the work that Panini have done lately around the World Cup sticker book is going to have a massive effect because for kids that do it now, hopefully they get into the hobby and the next 5-10 years they start having content in the hobby or a business in the hobby, all from the love of collecting stickers at the 2026 World Cup. I have not completed mine yet. I do you know what the funny thing is? I need to start. I want to release the first one tonight as well. First video tonight. Hopefully. There's been a few videos of me going through it. I bought the box. I bought the tins. So yeah, we're getting through there. I also do the digital one as well. They have a digital app. Really like and immerse myself in this World Cup. So yeah, I do. It's gonna be interesting if I can complete it before the World Cup's over. So I've got 6 days. I finish next Sunday, so it's 6 days. Gonna be tough. I think I still got a good few packs to get through. As soon as this podcast is over, I'm actually gonna start ripping some another 10 packs. I think for content, obviously, try and get this book filled. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Let me know how if you're collecting, how far you're getting. I saw at the Northwest card show, there's people that were sort of swapping and trading card stickers there. Also, if you've not seen it, check out Keeble's video with Duncan Ferguson ripping packs. I can see 0001 stickers. Yeah, I don't want to ruin it, but yeah, it was fun pack opening. Weird big dunks. So yeah, check that video out. I'm sure there's a lot more to come from that night. It looked like a good day. I'm surprised that show is not a 2-dayer now. Massive venue. Team doing well. We'll get one of the original card shows in the Northwest. I think one of the maybe second or third card show that I remember being probably advertised in Palm. So yeah, I remember seeing it first. I was like, "Oh, Northwest, great! That's not too far from me." And I think I had to get a taxi there, and then I think it cost me like £60 there and back. Like £50 there and back. I was like, "Oh, what was cheaper than this?" And not after that, Manchester card show came out, and that was like a metro ticket, like £3. Like that's more like my local show. That's nice and easy. Gotta love a local show. But yeah, for now, is it. Again, we're trying to get some guests on. Again, due to the national and schedules, Latin Fanatics Fest, it'll be a couple of weeks away. But I'm looking forward to some of the guests that will be coming on, especially because they would have had these experiences at Fanatics Fest, at the national. So I think it'll be some cool talking points, some good lessons for people to learn from as well. So yeah, looking forward to that. On my part, I know I'm nowhere near my my plans this year. I've not really done a pod on it for a while. I hold myself accountable. And this is the first 2 weeks or 3 weeks now that I've not done Huel as well, which is bad. I've regressed off eating health, I'm not eating healthy, but make sure I'm getting the proper vitamins, minerals through them sort of shakes as well as what I was eating naturally anyway. It's sort of it'll come from last holiday really. I kind of did well from holiday, so to have a holiday, use it as a treat and then come back and get back on it. But this time I haven't, so I'm actually gonna have a shake after this, get myself back on it. I do have obviously still some left. I have another parcel coming soon. But yeah, content wise, I have loads loaded up now. I just because I start releasing it. Don't overthink it. Just get it released, get it out, get it out, get it out. Loads of pictures of my collection of cards. I can go through them and talk about them. Uh, but yeah, just need to cap it my time, get it out. But hopefully this week I've got a few little blocks where I've got some time instead of today. I might do the pod today because the weekend was hectic. I've got a little bit more content to do today, and then tomorrow hopefully I get a little bit more done. Even Thursday, just be able to schedule some stuff to get stuff out. I think that's the next thing now, to start processing some of the stuff out. But yeah, take care. Thanks for listening, as always. Being a true supporter and a fan. You're just family. So you are. This podcast is your podcast. And yeah, I will hopefully see you guys soon. Car show season's coming back again. It's just so nice weather-wise. There was something else on it. Oh, I saw AGS are now doing like custom labels as well. They ask when I'm backing quite a lot. I need to get in touch with them and try and sort something out because yeah, I am liking this AI grading, this quick turnaround, cheap price and stuff. But they've been at shows on site as well is amazing. So yeah, hopefully see some stuff with them soon. But take care. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.